All right, guys, my first ever live trade. It was a roller coaster. It feels good. It feels good. But to be honest, I've learned something that made me kind of sad, but it's okay. I did have a little of FOMO, but let's dive right into it. All right, here we are on Trading View Replay. I just want to show everyone what was going on through my mind when I entered. So basically, I am doing a trend line strategy. I do have a downward line. I also have a support and resistance line, and I use this instrument called Trauma Line by Lux Algo. And yeah, it's like double confirmation and a triple confirmation. I was so confident that even on my first trade, I went in with two contracts actually. And I don't know what happened. It ended up selling for some reason, and I've only was in for one contract, which was very disappointing. But yeah, I bought. I didn't have a stop loss, and I'll get to that reason why in a moment or later on in the video. But yeah, it just kept going up. I was so happy, and then the next night, all hell broke loose. So yeah, let's get to it. So as you can see here, I was at the 1 hour time frame watching price closely. Here at the 4 hour, here's where I entered. And then yeah, I took a screen recording. I was up $51, super excited. I even brought my laptop to work and was watching it like an eagle, which I shouldn't be doing and be trusting myself. But here are just some clips, I guess, of the first day. Here's me hitting almost 100. Here's me hitting 100, and I miss it because there's too many customers. And here is where I hit about, yeah, I hit 200, and little did I know, that was just the beginning of hell. Alright, the next day, just to give you quick context, last night before I went to sleep, I was at plus 280. Then I wake up the next day and find out what the hell I'm at 160. I was thinking, what the hell happened? What the helly? If you look here at the blue arrow, this is the candle I entered. As you can see from my previous clip, I entered exactly right above that red line. But the blue line where my price is, where that plus 168 is, that blue line is actually where I actually entered. Why? Apparently, this means bad news. It's because I was on delayed data or data, however you want to say it. Yeah, I was panicking. I thought it was a glitch. I submitted a ticket to my broker asking what happened. I thought TradingView, if you entered, it may be like disconnected from my broker and my broker was late. I didn't know what was going on. So I headed to my Discord community. Shout out to Tory Trades and everybody and Chopper and pretty much everybody. Yeah, they said I was on delayed data. So basically, I did not enter where I wanted to enter. And because of that, I lost some profit. So the whole day, I was just trying to figure out what happened, what went wrong. And I didn't end up making any screen records or recording of like what was going on in my price. But all I remember was my profit was going down and it was scary. Like it was hard to watch and bear, but I knew I had to keep myself composed and I need to focus and I need to look at my strategy, see if I should take profit or yeah. And the reason why I couldn't, have a stop loss is because apparently on IBKR, which is my broker, if you place an order and press buy, you can't edit that order anymore or add a stop loss. The only way you can have a stop loss is if you were to buy, you need to put a stop loss and check it off. Yeah. And then you could edit the stop loss and drag it. But I didn't do that. So because of that, I was also anxious and like I was worried. I had to keep watching it and I did not have a stop loss. I was crazy. It was scary. But I kid you not, um, when I believe I was negative at this point. I was negative profit and it hurt. It sucked. And what happened was I usually go to church, but when I went to church, I remembered I prayed so hard, got so emotional. I prayed my heart out and hoped for a miracle. Then, right after I finished church, all I saw was it start to go up. I kid you not. So, thanks God, I love you, MVP. Anyways, yeah, the next morning, I closed it. All right, for this next part, I do apologize. It was the next day, actually, the next morning. And yeah, my voice was terrible and my eyes were half open. Guys, I'm about to close my first trade at 284. Just because I think Canada looks like a light show, but sorry, I just woke up. It's early in the morning, but it's a light show. I know. Sorry. But just because I think right after this, it'll start coming back down. But I think it's time to close, boys. I'm closing it. That's it. Well, what a roller coaster. What a roller coaster. All right, so that was my first ever live trade. I've learned so much. Like, to be honest, I'm proud of myself, and I did make quite a bit of profit, especially for my first trade. I thought I'd make like 70 or 100, but my first trade was it could have been way more, but whatever's three almost 300. That's that's something to be proud of. But at the same time, a lot of emotions played in. It feels so different from paper trading and back testing. It feels like you need to be more patient. It's a lot of worries, but I know this is something I need to control and to get better at with my feelings and how I feel. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Hopefully that you could continue to watch me as I grow in my trading journey. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to leave any tips or advice for me, please leave it down in the comments below. This is my dream, my goal. I do want to make this a full-time type of thing, and hopefully you're there for the ride. Please sub, like, and share. Until next time.